Hi guys, it's Letty. I have been wanting to do this video for a while. I'm just trying to come up with the best way to approach this content because it's just, it's just upsetting, disturbing to say the least. And what I mean is George Floyd death. Um, which unfortunately was on video for all of us um, to see. But it's fortunate that we're able to see it because it takes the lid off of what has been here all this time, and that is the brutality being inflicted on Black people by the same people that take a oath to protect their U.S. citizens. Um, like I said in a previous video when I was talking about this pandemic that's been going on, um, it's it's a time sometimes for me to not look at news and stay away from social media because it's disturbing. It's hard to um, see things that are happening in this world. And you have a section of the world, you have people in this world that are taking a blind eye or choose to have a blind eye or turn their backs on what is happening. And this affects us all. This affects us all. Even though it may not be your family, it could be. Even though you haven't been hit with things, you will at some point. It will be someone you know. Um, it will be someone that you are close to or what have you. Um, this gentleman, I always hear this too. They always try to find a justification for the brutality. I hear this a lot. Well, he was robbing the store. He was in the constructed house, the Arbery case. He was in the house, even though there's a video that surfaced with him being in the house. But I did not see him picking up anything, taking anything. Um, was he where he shouldn't be? He probably shouldn't have been there. But was he doing anything out of the ordinary? Um, outside of just being in that place? No. Um, I don't care what the person was doing prior. You're going to have to explain to me how that justifies killing someone. I bel I was under the impression that police used extreme force when there was a weapon drawn or there was immediate danger of their lives. They were in a life or death situation, which is really the only time a weapon should be, which should come forth, a gun or some brutal way that you subdue a person or you shoot the person. There are people that have done mass shootings, okay? Years, I mean, not years, but I don't know how long ago it was. The two mass shootings that happened like back to back. I think one was in Ohio, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, and then one in Texas. And only one of those resulted in the death of the perpetrator. The other one made it to jail. They were not killed. So, and this person clearly has a weapon. This person is clearly a threat, and they're able to get to jail, make it to the jail, and our black guys are accosted by the police for whatever reason. At this point, I don't care what they were doing. I don't care what they were doing. And the reason why I don't care is because if someone is doing something wrong, black, white, whatever, you arrest them and you take them to jail and you charge them. I don't believe anyone should be doing wrong and not be accounted for, dealt with. You should be arrested. If you're doing wrong, you should be arrested. But you should at least be able to make it to the police station and come and charges be charged or whatever. You should be able to live through it. And a lot of these cases, they have not shown me anything that these gentlemen are doing. They're not armed. The young man in Chicago, I can't think of his name, that was murdered, and people were hiding it. People were covering it up. What kind of leadership do we have in this country that allows these things to occur? Does anybody in leadership take their job seriously? I'm serious. Do any of you all take your job seriously? I feel so, I don't know, as a black person, I've dealt with my share of racism. Absolutely. I haven't had a police incident. Um, but this on top of, it's really been difficult for me personally, guys. It really has, because I'm fighting back tears because I have actually lost family members to the COVID virus. um, I have dealt with personal issues that I'm not going to really get into as far as family goes. And before all of this stuff is going to happen, I was going through stuff personally that was more than my share of drama. And then on top of, then you get this this pandemic that has shut everything down, shut our lives down completely. It feels like, just about. And then on top of that, police brutality. It's like racism doesn't take a back seat for nothing, not even a pandemic. And, as a black American, see, and people want to bring up, I've had people tell me, well, I can't think of the gentleman's name, the football player, Kaepernick. If I'm pronouncing, I'm sorry if I'm messing his name up. Everybody wanted to know why he was taking a knee. People were more mad. They were not trying to figure out, this is our America. Our America is not, they don't try to figure out why this man was taking a knee during the Star Spangled Banner. They don't want to hear about that. They don't care. They just want to make sure they can see their football game. That's the problem. That's the problem in America. That's the problem. We want to stay in our little bubbles of happiness and joy, and we want to disconnect from the drama and bury your head. That's what burying your head in the sand means. I'm going to bury my head in the sand and escape what's painful and what is wrong in the world. And that's what America does. A lot of Americans. You guys just want to stay in your own little worlds and just, where there's lilies and daisies and, the flowers in the garden, you running through, these beautiful places. I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. And we just want to stay. Well, black people want to do that too. Do you think black people enjoy hearing that over in China, we're being tossed out of our These people are being tossed out of their homes that they pay rent. They can't go to get something to eat. They are being denied basic rights. Now, this is over in another country altogether. So we're just like, no one wants to deal with people of color. That's inhumane. I believe that's inhumane. I can't get something to eat. I don't have a place. These are basic needs: a roof, food, water. A woman, I saw a video, a woman was pregnant, couldn't go to the hospital because they just didn't allow her in because they don't like her. They don't want black people in their hospital. She's been denied medical services. She could have had a major situation. I don't know what that woman did, but I believe she was in labor. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Black people have to go through so much anyway. And we have this long history of brutality, and it's, clearly in the history books. This is not new. And nothing has been done. Nothing's changed that much. Nothing's changed. People are still lying on black men. Emmett Till died in 1955. And this is 2020. And women are still lying on men of color, saying they did something that they didn't do, to get the police to come and throw them in jail or just teach them a lesson. I don't know what the reason is. And that's the most horrible, despicable thing. I think the worst thing in the world you could do is lie on somebody and accuse them of something they didn't do. People not being able to get to their apartments because they don't look like they belong there. Now they got a key. They got a key card. And these people, certain people, they feel the need to be a police. They appoint themselves self-appointed police officers, security officers of their property, because you just don't look like you belong there. What kind of country is this? This is the land of the free, really? Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. So honestly, to keep myself sane, sometimes I have to turn the media off. It's just too much. It's too much. It's hard to stay sane. The thing that keeps me going, honestly, is my prayer life, and I would probably be nuts right now, be honest with you, with all that's going on, not just in the public, not just with other things, but in my personal life as well. Because Black Americans, we as Black Americans, we have our own issues inside of our families. That's separate from what's going on with this case and the pandemic. And we're trying to pay rent. A lot of us have not gotten our stimulus checks. That's another thing too. Where are the stimulus checks for some of us? The IRS has no answers. It's just one thing after the other. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm getting off topic, but this man should not have died in such a brutal way. Such a brutal way. If the man did something wrong, take him to jail. Take him to jail, arrest him, what have you. Why did he deserve that? He deserved to die. When a mass shooter was able to be apprehended and go to jail, and he lives. A mass shooter that clearly has a weapon, clearly armed. Explain that. Please, someone explain to me how a mass shooter makes it to jail, but this black man is dead. And it's not even clear why he was. There's still, I have yet, if someone knows the answer, I have yet to find out why they approached this man in the first place. What was the reason? So I'm struggling with that. Not only just his death, but I'm struggling with why he was approached in the first place. If anybody knows, please tell me, because that hasn't been addressed yet. What happened to the tasers? What happened to stun guns, mace, to subdue your people that's out of that you claim are you can't control? What happened to other means of subduing people um, that are not lethal? Tear gas. Do we not use those anymore? I just have so many questions. Black people want what everybody else wants: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. It's in our Constitution. When are we going to get that? If I go into one thing that I like to do is I like going to the park, opening my window, or just sitting on a bench and reading a book. It's something about being outdoors and reading my book. I don't want to be sitting there reading my book and trying to enjoy nature, enjoy my beautiful park that my tax money pays to maintain. And then someone comes up to me because I don't look like I belong there and I get harassed. Black Americans are taxpayers too. We can't freely go to the park and barbecue and do these types of things. It is the police officer's job to tell us what the rules are for the parks. I know certain parks you can't barbecue. I understand there's rules for everything. Sometimes it's not aware. People are not aware of those things. I don't mind anyone telling me that, you know what, we don't allow, if I have a barbecue and that park is not, they don't allow you to barbecue there. I don't have a problem with someone coming to me and telling me, ma'am, they have a sign in the front saying that you can't barbecue there. You can say that in a respectable way to me, and I'm fine. Oh, okay, I didn't know. We'll go somewhere else, or whatever, and barbecue. Or you can't do this. I don't mind someone telling me that in a respectable way, but to be harassed, or the police, that's the police's job. All these self-appointed people that want to take on a security officer role, that's another thing I'm tired of. You're not the landlord of the building. You don't own the building, okay? You are not overseer of parks, okay? People that are on their jobs delivering, they have a delivery job. They're trying to deliver their job so they can go home and feed their families, just like you want to feed your family. And they may have a delivery in a nice neighborhood. Most of the time, people are just doing their job. They don't care about your neighborhood. They don't care about your house. You don't even know. The thing is that a lot of people don't even know what someone has. They could have just as much as you have. We always want to think we have more than the next person. Well, they have to live. You don't know how anyone lives. There are a lot of Black people that are doing pretty good, that are living quite well. That's a fact. Because me personally, I'm all about balancing money. I'm all about managing my money. I don't go and spend all my money. I have a budget. and I try to manage my money properly. I don't go and spend on stupid stuff, just spend money that I don't have. I do try to manage it properly as well, as much as I can. So you got black people that know how to manage their money. But it's just, if that video, you watch that video, I don't care what your nationality is. If you watch that video and it doesn't strike something down inside of you, you are not disturbed, then there's something wrong with you. There's a hatred inside of you that you need to deal with. Because if that video is not enough to stir something up inside and say that something is wrong in America, then I question your humanity. And it's disturbing, doesn't even begin to describe that video. And many others. Not the first. This ain't the first video, and unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. Black America is getting tired of these videos. We're tired of being treated any kind of way and asked to honor a flag that's not honoring us as black people. That is why Kaepernick took the knee. Our people in power are not serving us properly. They are not serving black people the way they should. We are Americans. We pay taxes. We go to work. We add to this economy. And yet, we're not treated as Americans. And it's disturbing. It's very upsetting. I don't know when this will stop. I don't know why people in power act like they just don't care. It's inhumane. If there was someone coming into America and shooting up America, shooting up the place, as we had terrorist attacks, 9/11, and I did see back then, I saw somewhat of a camaraderie amongst Americans, which is rare. We came together briefly. We need to come together on this too. If you do the crime, you should do the time. Period. This is not a color thing. You have not justified to me with video or any interviews that I've seen that this gentleman deserved to die. He was resisting. How do you resist arrest? I clearly saw that this man in the video was handcuffed. How much are you going to do with your hands cuffed behind your back? I didn't see any resisting arrest in any video that I've seen with this gentleman. And I still don't have there's still not a charge for why he was arrested in the first place. So I'm still waiting for that. I'm waiting for someone to tell me why this man was approached at all. It's hard enough to take care of your family, feed your family during this pandemic. Half of us are not working. We haven't gotten our stimulus checks. We have gotten no assistance. We're just told to stay indoors, stay away from our family, our support systems, and just wait. The only thing that a lot of us have to do is watch television or what have you. As soon as you turn on the television, I'm seeing this man brutally killed. And government just seems to be Okay. All right. Just so lackadaisical. Whatever. It's just, it's like this has just been going on so long. We're tired. We are tired of seeing these videos. We're tired of this happening. We're tired. I know I am. When is this country going to treat black people like citizens? These people in power, you ought to be ashamed. That's all I have to say. Thank you.